So 9 honors kids, this is a continuation of Unit 1, Lesson 4. Okay, we're going to be doing a couple of special types of factoring. Okay, first thing I wanted to mention, by the way, is that if you have a sum of squares, that you can't factor. All right, so I just wanted to mention that to you. Okay, it's prime. Let's take a look at perfect square trinomials. Someone in the last class had already noticed this pattern, or maybe had seen it before, but let's take a look at it. So a perfect square trinomial, you're going to have a perfect square, then you're going to have the square root of those perfect squares, but you're going to have double the square root of each of these coefficients. So you have square root of 1, right? You have square root of 1 times 2. That's 2. That's where this 2 comes from. So you have to look at the coefficients. When you're in this situation, when you recognize this pattern, the answer is literally just the square root of 1x squared plus the square root of 1y squared, all squared. That's it. Now you can go check that out by go ahead and multiply that out. I'm not going to do that in the video because not everyone in the class is going to need that. But if you multiply this out, you will indeed get that perfect square trinomial back. Let's take a look at another one. 25x squared plus 20x plus 4. Okay, here's the pattern. This is a perfect square. This is a perfect square. If we get the square root of them, right? And we double that. Oh, I was thinking ahead. I tend to do that. So we get 2 times 5x times 4. Well, isn't that just 20x? So that's how you recognize that you're in this pattern. If you recognize that you're in this pattern, it's a shortcut. You don't have to worry about using the British method in this case. You just take the square root of 25x squared, then plus the square root of 4. Now keep in mind, this is positive. That's why this is positive. If that 20x were negative, so let's say this were the problem, 25x squared minus 20x plus 4. In that case, our answer would be, why did I put the square here, kids? Let me erase that. Da-da-da-da. Here we go. I don't mind making mistakes. Okay, some people aren't confident in making mistakes, but I'm so good at making mistakes. Oh! All right. Let me quit this nonsense. I'm on the wrong tool. No wonder. Silly me. Okay, lovely. So, if I made it like this, my point is this would be 5x minus 2 squared. Okay, let's take a look at number 4. We have 36 y to the 4th, okay, in the beginning. Then in the end, let's do another perfect square. So I'm showing you how I make up these problems. So I'm making up a problem, okay, 49. So when I go to get this middle term, I get the square root of 36y to the 4th. I get the square root of 49, and then I double that. So what do I get? I get 2 times 6y squared times 7. Well, 42y squared doubled is 84y squared, is it not? Let's make this negative. So when I go to write this out, I get 6y squared, because I get the square root of that, minus 7. That's it. Go try it out. So I'm going to move on to sum and difference of 2 cubes. Try making up your own problem. I would have to say that if you can make up your own math problems, then you really got it down, guys. Okay, that's like being able to teach the math to someone else means that you really fully have mastered it. Sum and difference of 2 cubes. Okay, number 1, let's not make the assumption that you know what a cube is. So a cube, right, would be like x times x times x. That would be a cube. X squared times x squared times x squared. That would be a cube. Okay, x to the 9 would be a cube. How could you take x to the 9 and write it out the other way? Would you realize that that was x cubed cubed? So you're going to need this skill. You're going to need to take numbers and write them as cubes. So before I even begin this, 27, what cube is that? Okay, on your calculator, sure, you can cheat and do the cube root, okay? I mean, it's not really cheating nowadays because you do need to know how to use the calculator. But please try to do mental math. 8, what is 8 the cube of? Good, right? 1 is its own cube, yada, yada, yada. So how about 125? That's another popular one. And 64. All right, here we go. So there's something called, I call it SOAP. What it stands for is same sign, opposite sign, always positive. So even though the mnemonic device has 4 letters, it stands for 3 things, always positive. So there's 2 patterns. Let's say we want to factor a cubed plus b cubed. You would do that. In your first parenthesis, you'd have a plus b. In your second parenthesis, you'd have a squared minus ab plus b squared. If you had a cubed minus b cubed, okay, we start off with the same sign, which is minus, subtraction. Then we have a squared. Here it's going to be the opposite sign, so addition plus b squared. Now, the way that you want to do this is you want to write these as cubes. You want to think consciously about it. So you want to think, okay, let's look at it this way. I have a cubed plus b cubed. So the pattern is I have this plus this. It's the bases. So you need to write it as cubes. Then I have the square of the first base minus the product of the 2 bases plus the square of the second base. All right, so let me repeat that. Write them as cubes. Then you have base plus base, square of first base, opposite sign, base times base, square of the second base. All right, let's do this. Okay, factor. We'll make it completely. So there may be extra work to do besides the new work. We have 8x cubed minus 64, y to the 6th. I want you to write each of these as a cube so that you can see that it is the difference of 2 cubes. All right, now once you've done that, you're going to use this pattern. So the pattern is, number 1, same sign, right? Number 2, opposite sign, and then always positive. So base, base, right? Then the square of the first base minus the product of the 2 bases and then the square of that second base. There you go. So that's how you're going to do it. Okay? So when you look at this, oh, I messed up on my signs. Silly goose. I just realized that now. I don't mind you seeing that I messed up on that. It's not a big deal. Okay. So here it was supposed to be same sign and then opposite sign. All right, so that's my answer. But at any rate, notice, okay, I have common factors. Okay, why do I have common factors? Because I could have taken out a GCF first. Okay, I did this on purpose, believe it or not. All right, I did. Because this happened in the other class, today, this morning. This happened this morning. And I don't want you guys to be bothered by that. There's more than one way to get to the end. So if we wanted to, we could just continue with this. Take out a 2, x minus y squared. Take out a 4 here, x squared plus 2xy squared plus 4y to the 4th. Okay, so we're going to put the 8 out front. And I can factor this. This is from the previous slide. This is a perfect square trinomial. So, since this is a perfect square trinomial, I can look at what this is the square of, right? Let's see. Is it a perfect square trinomial? I have the square root of this, the square root of this doubled. No, it is not a perfect square trinomial. Okay? Therefore, we are done. That would be the answer. X squared plus 2xy squared plus 4y squared. Y to the 4th. Okay, I'm going to do this problem again, but taking out the GCF. So, let's start again. 8x cubed, but I'll make this addition this time, just to change it up a little bit. Y to the 6th. So, I'm taking out the 8, so I get x cubed plus 8y to the 6th. Now, I still want you to write these as cubes. Okay, trust me. I've done this for years. I've tutored people for years in this. Everyone that takes my advice has no issues whatsoever. Okay, of course, you could choose to ignore me, do whatever you want. But I highly suggest that you listen to me and write these as cubes, because then it just turns into math yoga. And I don't care how cheesy this sounds to somebody. I want my kids to get it right. Okay, same sign, different signs. Okay, base squared. Okay, then we have the product of the bases, x 2y squared. Then we have the square of that last base. Okay, let me just clean that up. X squared minus 2xy squared plus 4y to the 4th. X plus 2y squared times 8. There you go, kiddos. All right. Well, let's take a look at number 3. We have 24 m cubed minus 375. Okay, some of you are going to jump right away because I know your personality types. Some of you, you're going to say, oh, why'd she put this here? Well, come on. Think about it. Why did I put this here? Because obviously it's going to be a sum or a square, right? A sum or a difference of 2 cubes. Well then, that means there must be a GCF. So take out a 3. So now we're going to follow Coach K, right? Coach Camera. We're going to write this as a cube, and we're going to write this as a cube. So now we're going to use SOAP. All right, how does SOAP work? We start off, we have the same sign, different sign, always positive. Base base, base squared, product of the bases, base squared. Okay, there you have it, guys. Number 4, u to the 15th minus k to the 15th. Make each of these cubes. Okay, now we're going to follow SOAP. Same sign, different signs, always positive. Base, base, base squared, product of the bases, base squared. Okay, there you have it. One last question. Okay, I'm trying to make this video nice and short for you since it's your weekend. Out of the box question. Remember, you have to see structure. So how would you go about doing something like this? You should pause the video before you listen to me, right? And ask yourself, how would I do this? Pause, then come back and see if your intuition was correct. So this is the difference of two perfect squares, right? So what we could do is we can make 1 plus 1 minus. So can't we make this 3 plus x minus this quantity times 3 plus x plus this quantity? That's one way to do it. There's other ways, I'm sure. So what do I end up getting here is just a 5. What do I end up getting in the second parenthesis? I get 3 plus 2x minus 2. So why don't we just make that 2x plus 1. Okay, there you go. You can also multiply it out, but I always try to do it in the most efficient way possible. All right, get ready for a flipped class. Next class, we'll be working out problems on this lesson, so I hope you took really good notes. And I will be checking next class all 4 sets of your notes. You will be getting a grade for that. So bring your notes to class. Thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend.